really do. You're a 21-year-old punk fucking kid. Grandpa's given you everything all your fucking life. You've never had a car payment, a house payment. Everything you live in was given to you by Grandpa. You fucking don't know what it's like to work for a fucking living like I do, to bust my fucking ass and do what I do. And you know what, Sean? You fucked me, and that's the way you got it. But you know what? Your grandpa's money will run out someday, and you'll have to feast for yourself. Get a fucking job, you piece of shit.
Welcome to Behind the Smoke, Barbecue War Stories podcast. My name is Sean Walcha from Cali Comfort Barbecue, and I'm here with my co-host, Derek Marceau from Valley Farm Market.
Welcome, guys.
How we doing tonight, Derek?
Everything's going great.
Doing
Beautiful
good?
San Diego. Weather's great. Although it fucking rained.
I know.
Last night I was driving home from L.A.
Heavy rain.
No, literally driving home.
Heavy
Today?
San Diego rain.
Last night.
Oh, yeah.
Driving home, it was 11:30. Just getting into Carlsbad. I mean, heavy rain.
Heavy rain.
At least a half inch.
At least a half inch.
I mean, I'm telling
Holy,
you.
did you pull over?
People
Did you
were going
pull over on the
we're
side
going
of the
about
road?
40 miles an hour. It's really exciting. No, and then I woke up this morning. I live out in the sticks in Hamul. So woke up, went outside, and it was raining out there too. But we're very excited for our guest tonight, Andy Harris from the Grande Ole BBQ and Asado. Very excited to see you in here tonight, and so thankful that you could make it out, man. Thanks.
I'm just thankful for you guys to have me here. Thank you very much. This is awesome.
Oh, so Andy and we met at your shop. I believe it was Eating and Drinking San Diego. Edwin, he put on a kick-ass event where he invited some pit masters from around San Diego to come out to your shop. How did that go for you?
That was a fun time just to get to meet everybody and people now that I still talk to and people like you. And, you know, it's just like we're a small enough community that we can all be buddies. It's not, we all kind of have our own markets. And I think that's cool that we all have our own markets. We all be buddies. And
Well, especially in San Diego, there's like 8 of us.
Yeah, exactly.
That do,
I wouldn't even say 8.
Yeah, that do halfway decent barbecue.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 8.
Yeah.
You know, and just like it's just a small group of people, and it's just like we can all be buddies. It's awesome. So
Well, so part of the reason that we decided, Derek and I decided to do this podcast was to share cool voicemails like the one that you heard
That was pretty cool.
from my former business partner.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's,
You say you were 21 in that? Did he say something about being
he said
21?
he said I was
20-year-old
21. He said I was
fucking
21, but I think I was more like 24 or something like that.
Right.
He wasn't too good with numbers, which is why
why
things
you're
didn't
not
work. Why things didn't work out so well.
What business was that?
That was actually the restaurant.
Oh, that was the
Yeah,
restaurant.
that was before the
Before Cali.
Corey, my best friend and I, before we took over. Yeah, that was before Cali. Yeah.
Okay.
So before Cali, but you know, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, we deal with a lot of shit that people don't know. You know, kind of the sexy Instagram photo at the end of the slow smoke. You know, when you get those amazing pictures that we see on Andy's Grande Ole Instagram page.
Some beautiful ones.
I mean, those photos are fucking incredible. And I mean, you know, by the likes that you get and the Facebook, you know, engagement that you get, that sexy food sells.
Yeah. That's the only advertising I do is just to push those Facebook pictures through. And I mean, I do other things too, but yeah.
Where do you think you're getting most of your customers from? Word of mouth?
Yeah, I would have to think it's word of mouth. I mean, but I do marketing in my own sense. I'm not necessarily spending money, but you know, I think like one thing about Sean, like he knows who his clientele is and he knows how to market to them. I've watched him do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of know who my market is too. And I think I to be honest with you, I think like you got to know your market, and I think Sean does, and I think I do, and I do market to my clientele. It's a little different clientele than Sean. And
well, tell us a little bit about North Park. Why you picked, you know, to open up your shop there, and a little bit of the history of, you know, how that location came.
I grew up in the city, and I grew up there. I lived there till I was 16. When I was 16, I moved out here by Valley Farms and went to Grossmont. But I grew up in the city. I grew up right by North Park, and just kind of always liked it. And then just the kind of how the growing scene there, I just thought that, you know, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of bars opening up, a lot of restaurants, but there's really not, if you really think about it, there's really not that much good food there.
No, there's not a lot of good eats. I was
Yeah.
actually saying that a few years ago.
Yeah.
there's I'm like, man, we can go get drunk, but
Yeah, so you can.
What are we gonna
Yeah,
eat?
you can drink craft beer till it comes out your ears, but it's just, but you're not gonna.
Right?
and boy,
you know?
did we.
Yeah. So no, and that's why I thought. And then I actually went to a wake on that property. It was a friend of mine's uncle who owned the grocery store. It was a produce market, Ripe, and he owned it. And I went to a wake there, and he said, "Do you want to try doing your?" Because I had been doing the catering as a side job to my other real job for about 4 years, and it was doing pretty well. And he's all, "Why don't you try to do a little outdoor barbecue thing here on the side?" And I'm like, "You know what? I think I'll try it." And that's,
What were you doing before you started doing barbecue?
me and my wife have been in the music business our whole life. So it's the only job me and my wife have ever had.
Wow.
And my wife, we're both 45, and she's only done that. I've done maybe a couple other odd jobs, but she's only done that. And ultimately, getting older, not really caring as much, and music scene just completely. Music as a business is getting hard to make money and just dying.
Right.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, yes.
Well, I mean,
Kind of like barbecue
Yeah.
business.
and you can
Well, think what an idiot I am.
YouTube too, yeah.
I mean, people always talk about what an idiot. Oh, so you went from the music business to the food business? Oh, you're a
You're
smart
trying-
guy.
you're the lowest profit margin possible,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, with the lowest, exactly. My particular brand of food.
So tell us a little bit about how you and your wife met. Was that on the music scene, or?
Yeah, I used to be in bands, and I don't consider myself a musician. I just kind of faked my way through it. And she worked for a pretty big management company up in Los Angeles. And for some reason, the guys I play with in my band here, like, they were good players, and we got a record deal. And then her boss and her kind of found our band, got our record, and kind of whatever.
Did you guys like tour? Did you guys go around and
Oh, we did Lollapalooza.
Fuck yeah.
We did
No way.
Lollapalooza. We did a lot of tours. And
really?
Yeah. We did
What kind of music?
It was just that early 90s indie rock type stuff.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
Now,
Tell us
did you?
about Lollapalooza. How the
We
fuck
did
that
the
go down?
we did the Metallica year. So
Really?
really, which was cool as a fan of Metallica to watch them every day. However, our music was so not that genre, which Lollapalooza prior to that year was really kind of an alternative rock festival. And then all of a sudden, we're going Metallica. And it's just like, so the crowds there weren't really eating our style of music up.
Sure.
And kind of like, yeah, it was fun.
A little lackluster?
It was summer camp. It's like going to summer camp, so it was fun. And getting to watch Metallica and a lot of cool bands. But, it wasn't like mind-blowing for my career or anything like that. As you can see, I'm talking about barbecue right now.
Oh yeah, I think all of us can attest that the lives took a little bit different turn than we thought.
Right.
I was in real estate before I ever thought I'd get back into the restaurant business, and when I was in the restaurant business, last thing I thought would be a kid from San Diego slow cooking barbecue. I mean that.
I'm with you. There's no chance I was ever going to own a grocery store. I mean, my family did it forever, and I was like completely against it. Football was my life, and I was going to play football till couldn't play anymore. Then I was going to be an entrepreneur and figure something else out. And then I got life insurance and figured out that shit's not for me. And slowly worked my way back in here and talked to my dad about redoing this place. And yeah, here we are.
You've redone it fine, man.
I appreciate it.
Love
Thank
this,
you.
I love this store.
I
So
appreciate
you
it.
used to come to this store, right? When you were in
Constantly.
East County.
Like I said, the last Charger game, I came here and loaded up on pollo, asado, and pokey.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that was something you used to do with
Two of the
a
fans'
couple of your
favorites.
best friends, or
Yeah, all my friends live on the Mount Helix Basin area, like all of them. All my real friends are all from my high school years, and we still hang out. We watch every Charger game, a lot of Padre games, and I would say 98% of the meat that we grill up on the outdoor grill is from this place.
Nice. When did you find your love for barbecue? I mean, that seems kind of a little different than the band scene, or you guys just out there playing and you would barbecue every once in a while and figure out I'm pretty good at this, or
Well, my dad's from the Austin area,
okay.
and so I'd go out there in the summer and eat good barbecue at the old places and come out here. I do like I always liked a Wrangler in the barbecue pit.
Uh-huh.
But that's something I think that, because I grew up eating it, I liked it and stuff like that. So I grew up eating that barbecue, but then I'd go to Texas and eat that really good stuff. And then I got in the music business, and after I was in bands, I was working for bands. I became a tour manager.
Okay.
And so then I became a manager. So I was constantly touring through the South constantly going back and forth. So I ate my way through really around the world, just kind of eating my way. And barbecue just became kind of where I put my focuses on. And I moved to Los Angeles when I was 27 and bought a smoker. I was 26. 26, and I bought a smoker.
Stick burner?
Little, Home Depot stick burner, though. But
right.
Offset, Right. And so I was, 26, 27. And when I wasn't on the road, I'd be home for a month at a time, 2 months at a time. And so literally I would do it every day.
Ruining food?
Just making the worst. Seriously. I remember eating food that was so smoky you couldn't eat it.
Bitter.
Just super bitter. Like using mesquite, like super hard. Like just, you couldn't even.
And is your wife the type of person that will just tell you straight up what it is, like straight honesty? Or is she going to tell you like, oh, you did a good job, Andy, like keep going at it?
She definitely wasn't always honest. And then my buddies, I think my buddies, like I'm all like, do you guys realize how much bad barbecue you guys ate? And they still go, no, it was. I'm like, dude, you guys were stoned or something. but it's just like,
which was half,
right? Yeah, exactly. Right. Oh, yeah, just keep cooking, Derek.
Out in Kansas,
Andy, keep going, keep manning the pit.
I guess in that case, because I've always been the cook in the situation. So it's just like, I've never had anybody. None of my friends can cook better than me. It's just the way it's been. So I guess that would be nice, just to sit back and let someone cook for me. I probably would have enjoyed it too, right. Even though I didn't think it was good.
Yeah,
but it's kind of in your blood, though, right?
Our personalities usually don't let us do that.
You can't help yourself from getting behind the pit.
Even now, like I try to relax when someone else is cooking me dinner, and at a restaurant I'm fine, but like if it's in a house setting, I twitch and kind of look and see what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't.
I have a hard time, and then I'll look and like, ooh, watch your finger.
Yeah,
you're really gonna cut it like that? Here, let me help you real quick. Yeah, I got to get in there, and it's
I
hard. Take over. It's.
But sometimes I always wish my friends were a little bit more food orientated, but they're just not. So I do all the cooking.
So tell us a little bit about what you think is going to happen now. You guys. Derek and I, we talk about it all the time. How sports, entertainment, how cooking, tailgating, how all those things, they all kind of bring family together. They bring friends together. And that's what
barbecue is.
That's what barbecue is. And, you had a tradition with, your friends where you would, come pick up meats and grill in the backyard. And that was something, that you got to enjoy. And now we're moving on from the San Diego Chargers to the Los Angeles Chargers. How does that affect you?
Well, first of all, I'll say we have the Padres. They suck, but I do think they have a decent plan in place.
What do they have? A 10-year plan? Is it 20-year plan?
And to be honest, I'm the most critical person of my teams. Like people say you're bandwagon. I'm like, I'm not bandwagon. There's only I have a Padre tattoo. Right. It's just like I'm not bandwagon. I just like kind of more East Coast style of fandom where.
Yeah.
You suck.
Philly fan.
Yeah, you guys fucking suck.
Yeah.
It's just like, but the Padres right now, I do think have a little bit of a decent plan. As far as I can tell, that I think maybe in 2 years are going to.
It's a low and slow plan.
Well, but they put a lot of money into those
the young players.
Into like the Caribbean players. Like they put a lot of money into there. Like more than any other team in baseball. So we got the Padres.
We'll trade them soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right when they're coming up.
Right when they're coming up.
Now it's time. There's our plan.
So then, as far as the Chargers are concerned, yes. I had the discussion with my best friend Lonnie, who lives right up the road from here. That's where we do most of the games at. He has the entertainer's backyard with the grills and the TVs. And so almost all the football parties are there and the meat spot here. And it's like, and he just the other day, he went with me to Austin. And he
he's that good of a friend.
Yeah, he's that good.
So he's one of the friends that it's like, you have your friends and then you have your friends hey, you want to come help me run a barbecue championship or come pick up a pit?
Exactly.
And this is the guy that'll actually be there to
And in the depths of the drive, he told me, I just have too much invested, Andy. I can't not root for the Chargers. And I just looked at him in silence.
And you told him to get the fuck out of the car?
It's hard. It's like a lot. You're either one way or you're the other. And I guess I'm that oddball that I just don't care. But you just find all these people that are so vested and they just want to continue. They need that.
When Phillip Rivers and Gates are gone, what tie do you have left?
Right.
It says Los Angeles on that jersey.
I agree with you. Like we were talking before the podcast. We were damn near raised to hate LA. You know,
I was taught hate.
and literally,
Yeah, that's true.
The more,
Absolutely.
The more I
If you're
go
gonna
up
get
there, the
taught
more I hate it.
It's going to be
know,
in
it's,
sports sense, right?
Like
Yeah.
I don't even like where a lot of my friends are Lakers fans. I don't even like the Lakers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like nope, F the Lakers.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a Spurs fan.
Yep.
So it's just like nothing Los Angeles. But like I said, I might have to watch a Rams game now and then, give them a little bit of my rooting boost.
Yeah.
Just because if the better they do, the more in the shitter the Chargers will go.
That's true.
And I want Spanos to die in his sleep.
Well, I mean,
That's too good for him. Excuse me.
It's one of those things. It sucks because it's a void, and it's a void that puts friendships, people that, there's people that I know, my wife knows. My wife and I, since our second date, we went to a Charger game. I took her to a tailgate because she needed to know what she was getting involved with.
I thought about you.
That was a good 12 hours in the parking lot, 4 hours before the game, plus prepping before we get there, plus staying afterwards. And it's like, like our life, we've watched kids grow up in the parking lot.
I thought about you when it all went down. It's just like, someone like you have just invested more than just heart. It's just like, and I remember feeling for you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like you put more than heart into this.
Well, like I've said before, it's like for us, because we put ourselves out there, it opened up so many doors that would have never been opened up before. And like, that's not just from a business, but from a personal standpoint.
Right.
We have, friendships and things. Just this summer, I'm going to be going to Pro Football Ultimate Fan Association, as a Charger fan.
Right.
I'm going in as a potential nominee to get elected, the same time that LT is going in.
Right.
So for us, I have a different perspective, and, we respect every fan because, I have friends just like you that are like, fuck the Chargers.
Right.
I'm not going to fucking cheer for the Chargers. But then, then that time that I spent with them, I still want to kick it. It's like, it gives you that excuse, like, hey, it's once a week. Like, I'm going to go and see my friend, people that I hang out with, and we're going to watch the game, and probably they're going to lose, but we'll deal with it in our own way.
Yeah.
But,
Now we do that.
Now
with the
how
Padres.
do you replace that?
Yeah, the Padres. I don't know. We tried with the Padres. Maybe try with the Bulls.
When was the last time you invited a buddy over to watch a Padres game?
Well,
if they're good,
yeah.
If they're competing, it can get fun. Well,
Right.
it can really can.
my
get
best
fun.
friend played ball and played in the Blue
Joey?
Jays organizations, for 5 years, and so he still likes to watch, and
He loves to watch any game.
he does.
He'll
loves-
come into Cali and he'll be like, "Can you
He'll-
turn every TV on a different baseball game?"
Yeah, so
He
we,
played and he can watch like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like me watching like barbecue shows.
I know. I don't watch any barbecue shows.
I was actually
I watch like serial killers.
Yeah,
My wife
yeah.
and I are like,
I was in
anything
LA.
but restaurants.
I was in LA yesterday, and my tattoo artist was talking to me, and he's like, "So do you watch any football games?" And I'm like, "Never." Like,
Yeah.
you won't see me sit down and watch a football
No.
game. It's just not exciting.
The
for
only
me.
time was when I took Derek to a game. I think the whole
Yeah.
time I've known him.
Yeah,
took
when
him
I
to a
got done
Charger
playing, Brianna Clary, Jeremy Clary's wife, called
Right.
me up. She was 9 months pregnant, and she's a friend of mine from college. And she's like, "Hey, will you come to the game with me?" And I'm like, "How do you? I can't say no to her, So I went that time, and then I went one time with you, and that was
Yeah.
the only two times. Or
Some good VIP treatment though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, you sponsored the Chargers team, the softball team. Who'd you have?
Yeah.
Rivers, Weddle. Who was
God,
on
we
that
had,
squad?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
had-
we had the
Yeah, yeah.
downstairs.
Yeah, we
we
had-
got this
Yeah,
awesome photo.
yeah,
Yeah, it was Valley Farm. Yeah,
yes.
you got that ESPN coverage.
Yeah.
yeah, they were all wearing.
Rivers, Weddle, Stuckey, Hardwick, Clary, Clemens. There were so many guys on the team. Kenny Woodhead.
Who were the studs?
I'll tell you, the best. Weddle's a beast.
Really?
Yeah, he's just
He's just one of
athlete.
those athletic guys.
Yeah, he
Gets
just,
after it. Right.
It's funny when you're watching the outfit, you're like, "Ooh, that's a gapper," and then you're like, "Nope, he just
Nope,
got that."
got it.
Yeah, like easily, And
He hustles.
there's one time I know Hardwick was like, "I'm just gonna I'm gonna smash this ball over the left field fence," And he gets up and he just grabs a bat and swings as hard as he can, and the ball goes to right field, but still a home run.
Oh, yeah,
but he's trying
exactly.
to pull it, but it went to the right, and
Yeah, so it's
it's just
His mistakes are home runs.
right. Exactly. It was fun to play with the guys and get back out there in the competitive spirit, and it was cool. It was good times.
So getting back to catering, how do you go from catering to opening up a barbecue restaurant? Because we talk about having the barbecue bug. Kind of
Everything I've done just on a super slow pace.
Low and
it's
slow.
Slow and slow. Yeah, the cooking, but this like I said, the business. I had when I opened it, I think I spent like $15,000 opening. And so I had, technically a little place like Asado BBQ, I spent $15,000, and I just kept putting money into it, putting money back into it. And now I've done it slow. I've never taken a loan. I'm about to take my first loan to kind of fix up the North Park location and I'm going to build a bar in there.
Sweet.
But just beer and wine.
Beer and wine. Do you have the license, or you're going through that?
It's all
in process.
It's all in the process right
awesome.
now. So
congratulations. That's badass.
Thank you. So I'm going to be
as much as it's great to have people bring in beer, it's nice to sell the beer yourself.
Yes. I wouldn't mind seeing those kind of real margins.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, I mean, the only reason that I even opened up the restaurant was because of the Type 47 license. That full liquor license. It didn't make sense for us, but having a sports entertainment restaurant, where you could utilize that Type 47, and then put in draft beer. I mean, that was one of the best things that we did. Are you guys going to be on draft?
Yeah.
Oh, they have.
I have the back wall where the bar's going to be. Right behind that back wall is the walk-in.
Oh, really?
So
Sweet.
Whatever the beer guys call it, direct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really a beer guy. I don't really know all the things, but yeah, my beer friends who do come in go, "Oh, you're stoked." It's right there, direct.
How many taps?
I think I'm gonna go. I think right now, I'm not positive. I could go more, but I think I'm gonna go 8 locals, 2 Texas.
Nice.
So
do you know the Texas ones?
I'm gonna do Shinerbach for sure, and then I have a buddy who's trying to work on helping me get Lone Star, but that's a hard one to get.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it why? Because it's limited supply?
Just not distributed.
Or not distributed, yeah.
You'll have a hard time with that. Distribution getting out here because of prohibition and the 3-tiered system. It's really hard.
Right.
If you don't have distribution out here, they make it illegal. There is another one called Gesture King.
Right.
They're out of Texas.
Right.
That we do have distribution for out here. So if you're looking for another Texas,
a friend of mine, it's not just like he has some kind of, I don't know what it is. He has some kind of inside that he says he might. He might be able to pull it off for me.
That'd be great.
It sounds Bulgarian to me.
Distribution or whatever.
I don't know what.
It sounds Bulgarian. You just get
shit.
it done.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Don't ask any questions.
I'm not saying he's not full of shit. He could be. But he claims he's gonna pull this off for me. We'll see.
Oh, that's awesome. Great. That's awesome. That's really exciting. What do you think? What do you think is how soon till?
I'm hoping. I think right now the timeline would fall right into about July.
In July?
Yeah.
This July.
This July.
Wow, that's badass.
Yeah, so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I put it in a few months ago, so we'll see.
That's awesome. And then what about your new location?
New location is I don't even want to talk about that much. Not because they're secrets. It's just because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I kind of had a mindset where I want to open in August, and if I can't do it in August, I'm opening in April. Meaning I don't want to open this place in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, and I think I'm really going to market this place for weddings too.
Sweet.
And it's really because I'm going to make it pretty. So today I spent all day out there working. It's out in Flint Springs, and I was working there, and I'm kind of maybe thinking I'm shooting for a March 31st opening now at this point.
Right on.
I just kind of came to that today. I just looking around this. It's a big property. It's like 3/4 of an acre. Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking around going, I'm not going to pull this off by August.
Right.
But it's
and if you have the other one, you're kind of remodeling and then you're trying to get that beer going.
With the money. And so I'm like, I should just keep it slow. The people who own the property are super cool. They're giving me super low rent until I open.
Awesome.
So they're out of town right now. So I'm going to tell them it's going to be a little bit longer. I hope you can keep giving me that cheap rent.
We'll put in a good word for you.
But I'm definitely I'm going to shoot for liquor. I was talking to the lawyer who's helping me with my beer and wine at the other place. I'm going to shoot for liquor. I'm going to enter the lotteries or whatever they are to get that.
For the new site.
For the new site.
Awesome.
I'm going to try to get liquor. Because I want to do weddings. I kind of need liquor.
Yeah, you need liquor for weddings.
Yeah.
Much better wedding with liquor.
Yeah, much better wedding with liquor.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
hopefully it'll be liquor and live music. And I'm kind of going to... Have you ever been to the Salt Lick in Austin?
No, but I'm very familiar with what they do.
Kind of want to create that atmosphere.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's kind of an outdoor, it's going to have an indoor dining room too, but it's just kind of a cool, it's going to be the rural location. Mm-hmm. Kind of a
That's really cool.
Yeah, so.
I went to a wedding out in a little bit past Alpine. My buddy Robert got married out there, and it was you literally drove down a dirt road, and it was so unassuming. Then all of a sudden, it just kind of opened up into this little creek area, and I actually catered it for him. But it was just beautiful because this rustic feel that you had, and it was open, and they already had the the bar there, somewhere set up for them to get married on, rooms for, God, I don't know how many rooms there were, but it was just cool.
Yeah.
I mean, something that I've never experienced.
Memorable.
Being
Where
out
was this?
a little bit pat. I'll get the exact location
sounds
for
interesting,
you.
yeah.
But it was just awesome. Like I said, you're going down a dirt road, and I'm in my truck bouncing around. My smoker's back there. I'm like, well, I guess it's going to be a fit because
Yeah.
we're all going to be dirty, But
Right.
it was actually really, really cool.
Nice. So how do you? You just went to go pick up something sexy to bring back.
Yeah, I went and bought a big old huge Central Texas style offset.
Awesome.
It's 1,000 gallon. As far as I know, there's only 1,000 gallon pit in California, and it's up in Napa. And so I'm pretty sure I have the only one in Southern California.
How big's the pit that you have?
It's
LBJ. the one that you have.
LBJ's a weird size because it's a tank from it's a propane tank from the 1940s.
Really?
So it's an 800 gallon pit, which they haven't made since like the 50s, I was told.
Wow.
So it's an 800 gallon tank, and this new one's a 1,000 gallon tank, which the 1,000 gallon tanks are the more predominant tank that they still make.
What made you go with these pits?
Huh?
What made you go with these pits?
Just what I grew up seeing. It's just like I've always seen those, and just being in Texas as a kid and all that stuff, and it just kind of always was what I visualized as. And so offset's always what I've worked on, and I do have one reverse flow, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I've tried other things, and you get accustomed to something. I'm not saying anything's better than the other. It's just what I'm accustomed
No,
to.
I'm 100%
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
It's definitely preference. I mean, we've done multiple ones. We've done even pellet. We have the commercial Traeger, and it's just
Right.
just didn't.
Pellets
Suit
don't
me
really,
well.
pellets just don't throw the smoke on it that well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was just.
Yeah.
I came
They're
from
easy.
the background of we'd always call it dirty smoking, just a stick burner side, same thing, and it's dirty and it's. I mean, you go home smelling like a big old ashtray, and but it's puts
my
out some
wife-
of the best smoke.
Those catering years, my wife, because we did it all out of my house too.
Oh yeah.
So the house was a freaking bomb. My backyard had rats in it just because of the barbecue. I mean, it was a mess. I mean, and my wife just like when I told her I wanted to do the little restaurant when I first started, she was just like, yes,
Get out of the house. Get the fuck out of the house. Absolutely.
There was times where I would literally have to go and like come in the garage, get naked, and then go up into the shower right away. Cause it's
Totally.
When having the beard and like hair, it's
Yes.
just like just stays with you forever.
yeah,
It's just, but it's part of it.
Yeah,
It's part of it. It's part of.
that's definitely part of it. But yeah, it was a mess. I'd wash the dishes on, like they would get like a banquet table, the typical plastic banquet table.
Right.
So I'd like just wash them on that on the grass, but and then the food particles would go into the grass, and then the rats figured that out, so they were just hanging out in the
Here they came.
grass, it was just a mess. So she's like, "Get the fuck out of here."
So what advice would you have for people that are catering that they think they want to open up a restaurant? Because I mean, people, you get involved in food, you start, we have amateur barbecue teams, we have professional barbecue teams. Like,
I don't know, man.
You know,
I got a little lucky. I had a niche, and I don't know.
do you remember when you decided like, hey, let's do a fucking barbecue restaurant?
Yeah, long before I did. I
Yeah.
remember saying to my wife and my mother-in-law that I wanted to open a restaurant, and it was before I did the catering. So I had never worked in a restaurant, never done catering.
You're still in music.
I was still in music, and I told my wife, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law that I wanted to open a barbecue restaurant, and it was the only time, no joke, my mother-in-law ever got mad and kind of yelled at me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, how dare you?
how dare you get rid of our family, everything we've built?
Right.
Damn you.
And to her credit, if I would have opened up because me and my wife kind of devised a plan where I was going to get like 100,000 or something like that. I was like, we were kind of going down that path, like
Right.
to do this. And she got so mad. My wife kind of got cold feet. And if I would have opened up a restaurant, I definitely would have been out of business right now and not been in barbecue. I was an idiot. So
Yeah.
I told her, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go start a catering company and at least get some experience doing something.
Sure.
And the catering company did well.
Yeah.
So and then when I said this one, then both my wife and my mother-in-law said, "Do it. You proved yourself. You did.
That's awesome.
So Andy, what's your favorite thing to smoke?
Gosh, I mean, now it's different because I've smoked. I've always been a brisket guy. Brisket is my forte. It's always been something that I've zeroed in on.
Are you guys using CAB stuff, or what brand?
We use Myers natural brisket.
Yeah.
We use all natural. Right now, we might be changing to Creekstone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to use a nice natural brisket, and
Sure.
we use Myers tri-tip. So it's all that. Do you know Myers?
Yeah, I know about them.
Yeah, and I have my issues with Myers, so that's why we're starting to change. We might change.
Right.
So when the sales guy, I kept on getting these scalped briskets where they were scalped like
denuded.
Huh?
They're called denuded.
It's a term you not even know. Like basically, like my
It just comes in. It's just meat. There's no back fat to it. There's nothing.
Yeah, it'd be a big strip, like 10 inches long by 4 inches wide, where it's just right in the middle of the fat, where it was just meat, and like the fat cap is like half gone, basically.
Oh.
And then I talked to the Myers guy. They had the Myers rep call me, and the Myers rep called me, and he was kind of cocky, I stand by our product. I love Myers. I think the meat's amazing. It's a good natural piece of meat, but you guys aren't cutting it good. And he's all, well, it is in the entry level part of the processing plant. Why'd you just tell me that?
Right.
I'm on now.
You fucking idiot.
I'm going to always give you shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm just going to constantly
you
give you
fucking
shit.
idiot.
You just told me the retards are
No, but exactly. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me, the supply chain. I mean, how many different people have to service a restaurant and a butcher shop? I mean, our businesses, you have to learn every single vendor what their job is, because you don't know how it's going to affect your product at the end.
Well, you guys ran into that at Cali Comfort, right, Sean? With
we ran in
your ribs.
We ran in multiple times. I mean, Gene and I, we went through.
You must change so many. How long you've been doing this?
So the ribs, especially because the pork ribs that we were getting, we fabricate those into a St. Louis cut, and then we use we cut those down to make our rib tips. But
you're doing it the real way.
Oh yeah, the real way.
Good for you.
Oh,
so you have bandsaws going.
Fabricate it each rack.
Knife. Chime bone. You don't need a soft.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You just got fed up and said, "I'm doing it right."
That's the way Gene taught us. I mean, that's the way that he's.
No, trust me. I know the way. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I always figure they use bandsaws.
Huh?
No.
On a chime bone, there's a little cartilage piece that you can use a knife and go right through.
That's
and you square it up.
Some labor.
We'll show you.
It's a lot of labor. You don't want to see our payroll. How many people do you have?
9.
9? Yeah, I wish I had 9.
Yeah.
We're at I think 80, 88.
No, I know. You told me your number today.
Yeah,
I'm like, holy moly.
It gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
I have like 40.
Totally.
Because then you got to add
a
workers comp bill to that,
right.
which is not nice.
You have servers.
We have servers, we have bartenders, we have
servers and bartenders,
we have hosts, we have
those people are fired and quit constantly, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw on your Facebook post, you're going to Facebook and
I can't even get anybody to call me back, man,
because nobody wants to fucking wash dishes.
Right? Well, everyone wants a fucking job, but no one wants to work.
No, everyone wants to be QB1.
Yeah.
I want to be QB1. Oh, you want to be QB1? Guess what? You got to take the pads out.
Right.
You got to be the fucking ball boy before. You got to earn your stripes to actually, make something. I tell
people that. I'm like, you're not going to be washing dishes forever. It's just like,
yeah.
That's why I'm looking for one. That guy kind of needs to move up, but.
I mean, one of our the guy that does all of our special events, Derek Walls, he just kicked down our door. I mean, the guy runs security for Walmart, multiple stores. And he kicked down our door. He's like, I don't care where you put me. I just want an opportunity. And he was washing dishes.
Well, you knew what you had. Wow.
Within, God, it couldn't have been a couple months. He went to prep, and then from prep he went to, the line, and then he was working, side by side with Gene. And next thing you know, he's a KCBS judge. He's going to work on becoming a master judge.
He's a younger guy, right?
Yeah, younger guy.
And he's kind of in charge of your catering division, right?
No, that's Bill.
That's Bill, okay.
Bill's a rock star.
Okay.
But Derek's great, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Derek, every event we've had to help us out, he's always just been great. And
you have a guy like that.
Yeah. Chris is my man, dude. Chris,
you can't go out and do those offsite stuff if you don't have somebody that you trust.
No, and Chris is very, very good at listening to what I say, and then here's my vision, and here's what we're gonna do. If you want to grow with the company, that's what you have to do. And he's very meticulous on it. We just did a big catering for 200 people, and it was turned out fantastic.
Yeah, that
And-
Instagram video that you had on Valley Farm Market, that was incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
my wife, of course, she's pregnant, and she's looking at it at 11:30 at night. She's like, "Tell Derek I need those platters." I'm
Right.
like, "Okay." She's
You
like,
got it.
"No, I need them now." I'm like, "Okay, I'll wake up Derek and
Right.
tell him to bring you some platters."
Yeah, but we did a filet mignon. We had a cutting station there, and just to be able to do it right and get it there, and where everything's still medium rare, and you're doing the cutting and it's not overdone. It's I mean, you guys know it's a fucking nightmare. And
Who's your guy?
And your ribs are phenomenal. So that kind of I can see why it makes sense now. Like
Yeah.
you're not taking any shortcuts.
No, Gene doesn't like.
Yeah.
For his conditions when we first started, like for mentorship, was if you're going to do it, you're going to do it fucking right, and you're not going to cut any costs.
Right.
And it's going to be expensive, but that's the way it's going to be, and we've embraced that.
Well, look out for beef prices right now. Jesus, have you seen them lately?
My prices haven't changed.
They're going to change.
Thank you.
This week or next week.
Yeah, thank you.
If you have
Why don't
room,
you bring him down, Derek?
no. I'm trying to help him. If you have room and you're walking,
Actually, I knew tri-tip was going up. That's the one thing I knew was going to go up on me was tri-tip.
no.
And so I loaded up for like a couple weeks worth, but that's about as good as I could do.
by about 30%, things are going to go up in the next month.
How
My
many-
flat meat,
Uh-huh.
that we do our carne asada for,
Right.
went up exactly 30%.
What's the reasoning for this one? I always hear different reasons.
So I've talked to multiple packing houses and multiple people, and they have all given me multiple answers. So no one knows, but it's
Is it not just
once one person does it, they
Uh-huh.
all kind of follow suit, and
Yeah.
it's a snowball effect. And I think we started out 119, 120 walking hoof, and we're at 141. Supposed to go to 170. And that's walking cattle. I mean, that's really fucking expensive, and that's really scary. I mean, at least for me, because that's 60% of my business is
No, I
our
know.
meat department, and it's never exciting. But those are the things that now. Okay, so what do? We're coming into Memorial Day weekend, and I have to, because my prices already started going up, change my prices. What does a consumer think? They look at me like I'm a dick. Oh, you're hiking up your prices because Memorial Day is coming. Well, it's like, dude, I wish I was. I don't sleep at night sometimes. I have anxiety.
a butcher shop or a grocery store can raise their prices slowly and not be as noticed as as someone as me and Sean. We raise our prices, it's noticed.
Well, to be honest, we've tried to stick around either. It's pretty much semi-annually where we adjust our menu, go through our product mix, and find out what's selling, what's not, and then have to make those tough decisions of not selling something that somebody loves.
Yeah, right.
And then you have to hear about it, and you feel terrible. But
I haven't done that yet, but I should.
You have to. And
I haven't done it yet.
And the problem is because there's two different numbers. There's the number that you think in your head and in your gut, like, oh, I know I sell that. And then you go and you talk to your guys and you're like, oh, we sell a lot of that. And then you look at the actual numbers that come off the POS and you're like, holy shit, we don't sell as much as, they're telling me that I do.
Right. They're like, oh, this lady comes in here and buys it all the time.
She buys it all the time.
So I
And
bought-
she's the
I sold
loudest.
4 this month.
She's the loudest. and
Right.
She's,
Yeah.
we appreciate her
No,
business.
I have a
but-
meat right now. I'm thinking in my head that like some days it sells out immediately, and then some days it just doesn't sell at all.
I hope it's not fucking turkey.
No, it's not turkey.
God, that turkey
It's
is
the
like
lamb. It's the lamb.
unbelievable.
The first one I'm thinking of is the lamb.
Yeah.
And because we have these people that like drive from places to get
Yep.
our lamb because
And
there's
then
not a lot
they-
of smoked lamb.
And then they tell you about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I was looking at your videos and I saw the smoked lamb, and my wife's family's coming from Bulgaria. I'm like, oh fuck, we're taking him straight to get that smoked
You better
lamb.
get their pass, boy.
You better get their
We're
pass.
good.
I better
It
go
comes off
get
the
him on the,
menu.
get him on the plane.
But I run with the way I run my restaurant where I do sell a lot of things. I don't have to necessarily get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like the beef short rib, which I do, I don't make money on it, right? Yeah. So like I do those big beef short ribs, and they're £1.50 each, and I'm not making really any money on them. They're so expensive. So they're racks of 4,
Yep.
the plates of 4.
Yeah.
And so I make 6 of those.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And I have on my ads or whatever I do on Facebook, I say I'm making it very, if you want it, you better get here.
Yep.
So it's like, so I don't necessarily have to get rid of an item, but I can just say I'm only going to make a really little bit if you really want to come by it.
So tell us about the difficulties of running a shop like yours, where people don't understand once you're out, you're out.
It's gotten a lot better.
It's gotten way better. Yeah.
In the beginning, it was pretty nuts. It's
Yeah.
like, it was just like, And it really wasn't. It's like I had LBJ, the smoker there,
Yep.
and I had the other smoker, which is called Peanut, which is the reverse Lang. And it's just like, and I kind of point to him and go, look, we fill those up, and when we sell it, it's gone. I can't start the 15-hour process again.
Yes.
It's like, and so once you explain it to them, usually people grasp it and they're cool about it,
Right.
And it's just like, but still, usually older people, not always older,
Yep.
but usually older people, but sometimes even younger people, like, you guys should cook more effing food. I'm like, what, you go to business school or something?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
That's a great fucking idea.
It's just in 101.
Yeah, trust me, when we ran out of ribs on Mother's Day at 5 o'clock and we
Right.
had our second batch coming off at, they were supposed to be off earlier, but low and slow is low and slow. So
It is what it is.
Yeah.
yes.
So I mean, they didn't come off till 6:30. It was like an hour and a half. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like,
and your
we wanted
restaurant,
the
they're not going
tailgater.
to understand
Yeah,
that.
It's
just like
very, very difficult.
They're not going to understand it at your
Yeah.
place.
Very, very difficult.
We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like we should have a box that says, "You know what you should do."
Yeah.
And then just have people like, because everyone, Derek, you know what you should do.
Oh.
I'm like, tell me.
I told
I
you.
can't wait to hear
Yes.
this.
I told
I'd
you what
love
we
to
did
hear
on
your
that
opinion.
one April Fool's.
No.
We had a suggestion box and we put it in a shredder. So it was like we put a packaging around a shredder.
Really?
And it was like, suggestion box, help us improve the restaurant, and then they would put it in and it would just fucking get shredded. It was the best
That is very good.
April Fool's thing we did.
No, I
But
was-
it does get hard dealing with but like I said, we probably get sellout gripe maybe one.
Do you get it on
person a
Yelp?
week. Not anymore. That's slowed down too.
That's
it's
good.
Like in the beginning,
Yeah.
quite a bit.
What are your
And
feelings about Yelp?
I think it's powerful.
Yeah.
I think it's horrible to give some pretty dumb people that kind of power.
Anonymously?
Yeah, and honestly, that kind of power, right now, yeah, sure, it has its major flaws. It's powerful. If I could make it, it's kind of, I guess, a way. I don't want to get political, but no, I guess if I could make it disappear, I would, but I can't. So I got to live with it. So
Yeah, I mean, when we embraced it,
Mm-hmm.
once we stopped fighting it, and we made it, part of
I fought it in the beginning.
part of our culture, because it's hard as fuck.
Yes.
I mean,
Do you pay?
No,
pay?
I have before. I use it for the advertising for my catering company, and it worked like a charm.
yeah.
So see,
I got all my business through it. All of it.
I'm probably along the same lines as you. I don't do anything right now with it.
Yeah.
I just everything's very. I mean, I don't even pay the $25. And
I keep
now,
telling him to pay the
talking
fucking
to Sean all the
$25.
time.
What's
Cut
that
the shit.
for?
So there's $25 as a business owner. You can feature your photos. So you can feature the photos. I mean,
That
you
are
have
on it.
fucking sexy ass photos of your.
Oh, and not
Of
so
your
so it
brisket.
won't be some weird random
Well,
picture.
Yeah, so it's not some asshole
Right.
that came in and ate, a plate and then took a picture of
$25,
it.
you can pick what picture to be.
You pick your featured photos.
I knew that and I forgot.
Yeah.
And I kind of and that is a good
It's
$25.
like, oh my god, it's the best $25
that's
you're
what
spent.
I'm gonna do.
'Cause-
I'll do it.
I mean, right when you
did your
Yeah.
job.
So to talk to your guys at Elite and let them know you just got.
Oh
$50
yeah,
a month.
I'll tell Brad. I'll tell Brad. Yeah, we just got another $25.
Right.
I
Am
used
I
to-
going to get commission on these $25 signups?
I used to be a Yelper, like a long time ago. I found Yelp really early on, and I used to and now I haven't wrote a review in years, and I haven't wrote a bad reviews in long time. As soon as I started catering, I think after my second catering job, I'm never writing a bad review again.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
no one knows
Well,
what's
I
going on.
reach out to
because
people.
you don't until you own the business,
Yeah.
you don't realize how every single word cuts right to your heart and your soul.
Dude,
I mean, you're like, you have no fucking idea what I've had to do, all the sleepless nights, all the money, all the dream going and pitching my wife and telling her, hey, everything's going to be okay. Like, we're going to get this money and this is going to work out. It's like, you're fucking nuts.
Right.
And then you get a review that's like, basically telling you don't care. It hurts.
It does, and sometimes when I've got bad reviews, I'll write them, and I will, let them know, hey, I care. I'm sorry. What can I do to help? I'm not going to put this so everyone can see, but I just want to talk to you. Here's my phone number. Here's my cell phone number. I'll reimburse you. I'll do this, and they either won't respond or respond just rudely, and it's like there was nothing I was ever going to do that was going to make you happy anyways. Like,
I
and you look
changed
at
a
their-
couple 1 stars to 5 stars.
So have I.
Yeah, and I stopped doing that now because I had someone from Yelp explain to me that my percentages right now can handle some 1 star reviews. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to.
I've got enough shit to do.
But I did, a couple people I did contact them, and because I actually was genuine about it. Like, it was right when I opened up, and we were working out kinks. And it's just like, I'm just like, they didn't get a good experience. And I'm like, come back in. And so I did the whole
Yeah.
thing. They got a free meal out of me.
Yeah.
But then this one guy, he came in. I remembered him well. He was an elite guy. Announced he was elite. Told me he liked the meal, liked it a lot. A couple days later, I saw he put a 1-star review up.
Yeah.
After he told me he liked the meal, right?
That's rough.
So I responded to him and say, I'm like, I thought you liked the meal. He's like, I never said that, even though he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all, why don't you come in one more try? I think you should try it again. And he came in. I gave him like this, really made sure he got the prime stuff. And he brought a bottle of wine. He was saying how much he loved it. He's like, man, this is just amazing. And then he just left his 1-star up.
Wow.
And then I'm just like, and then I just went off on him after that. And
and that's when you're talking about those guys. It's like, why do they have so much fucking power?
Yeah.
Like, you're giving these idiots, or sorry, but you're giving
a
these
1-star
some
review
people-
hurts.
Dude,
It does
it's horrible.
hurt.
Give
It
me a
hurts.
break. Like
Yeah.
1-star, come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
like you didn't even fucking
What
try.
bothers me is when I get like a 3-star review and they're like, "Oh, I love
Everything
this
was
place. This
amazing."
is great.
Yes.
3
They're
stars."
just
And I'm like,
like
"What the
grasping it.
fuck just happened?
do?
What just happened?"
I got one of those the other day,
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I love such and such so much."
My
And,
favorite
yeah.
barbecue place in San Diego.
3 stars.
Way better than this place or this place. 3 stars.
Yeah.
I do embrace the Yelp. I do embrace Yelp.
They
I think they're very
$25
powerful.
though.
I think it's like I said, all my catering jobs came from advertising through Yelp, and it kept me busy. All from Yelp.
I mean, to be honest, like the thing that's changed so much, I mean, because we've been in business since 2008, and I mean, I've paid for every single form of advertising I think you can pay for in San Diego, and now you
That's
have
why
now
I
you
learned- I
have
learned
now you
through
have
you.
these analytics that actually show you where these people are coming from and how they're responding to your ads. And like, as a Yelp business owner, you can go in and see, a person from their 20s, from, Pacific Beach, clicked on directions for your business. And you look at that, and I mean, that's fucking powerful.
Very powerful.
You know,
It is
you
very
know that
powerful.
they actually came out and saw your business, which is what Facebook does too, and it makes it very difficult as business owner to pay for something that you don't get any feedback from.
Right.
If you pay for a radio ad or a TV ad,
You
or
have
you
no
pay
idea what it's
for
doing.
an ad in the newspaper, you don't know unless it's a coupon, and then you're discounting, right? But we do want to talk about a kick-ass thing that made me very proud when I got my San Diego magazine, hottest barbecue in the city.
Now, do you take note to how that is phrased?
Hottest barbecue in the city.
City.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So you didn't say I was better than anybody else. How many barbecue joints are in the city? I think I'm the only one.
Well, that's you definitely are.
Definitely one of one.
Well, I mean, I think probably one of the coolest things for Derek and I, and Andy, we talked about it a little bit, but as an industry, for us to take pride in all the other work that you're doing at your shop, what he's trying to do at his shop, having you guys offer to come out to Del Mar Barbecue State Championship on August 20th, having you guys out there promoting what you do at a venue like the Thoroughbred Club, I mean, really is something cool for San Diego.
No, I agree.
I mean, Coops, having Brad come out, all those things, like I said, seeing this makes me proud because it makes me know that barbecue is getting noticed in this city.
I kind of, when we did that event at my place when you guys were all there, I kind of thought about, like, could San Diego kind of, there's only could we make a move in the barbecue world? Because it wasn't that long ago when there wasn't barbecue in this town.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's some good barbecue here now. So
No, there is, and I think it's growing. It's growing every month. You see something new or someone new or doing something, and you try different barbecues. You go to places, you're like, "Wow, that's actually a lot better than it was last year." And you start to learn, and you start to do different things, and those people that might not have been doing competitions learn how to do competition style barbecue, and I think it's great. You can put your own flair on it for San Diego style, and it's people don't always get it. For me, it was a thing where I just kind of had to adapt to the surroundings of what people liked, and it worked out well for us, and just continue to do that. But what we need to do is just continue to push each other to do better, and never push people down, and we were always taught you never look down on someone unless you're helping them up. So just continue to grow together. I think it's important.
We have a great example here in San Diego watching what craft beer was able to do. I mean, in a relatively short amount of time.
Yes.
I mean, they really used each other and found different ways to propel the San Diego craft beer scene to
Well, like
what
what
it
you
is
said
today.
earlier about Stone, it was like Stone is a better brewery because of Ballast Point.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's
and if
truly
Andy
one-
sells for $1 billion, you know,
Right.
we'd be totally fired up for him. Right?
Oh, I mean, God, that's crazy. And now I just see Cutwater everywhere.
Right.
And I
know.
and I kind of
Yosef's
trip out
just
on.
doing his thing over
I
there.
kind of trip out on that. I'm just like, if I made $1 billion, you would never see me again. Like, I wouldn't be making gin. You know, it's just like-
I might be on my
Yeah,
island,
exactly.
on my island somewhere. You would never know about it.
Right, yeah.
I have my own little
So,
distillery somewhere.
I went to Padre last night, and I just couldn't believe Cutwater was everywhere.
Right?
It's like they're making the push, man.
Yeah.
But
So tell us tell us just a little bit more about where the shop's located and, you know, how people, because we have people listening from all over. And if they do make it to San Diego, we encourage them to, you know, come down and check us out. And I mean, you're a guy that's always running the pits. I mean, you're always out there. I know you've got, who's your main guy that runs your pits?
well, I got a few. Dave Kendall is my pit master.
Yeah.
And he's an Army Ranger, and just kind of like
Backbone of the company,
Yes,
heart and soul,
yes,
right?
He's an Army Ranger, and just kind of like always liked to barbecue and stuff. But then, like when I really started showing him my recipes, and he just, you know, that he took that Army mentality to it, and just I couldn't believe, you know, how well he took to it and how amazing he did. And he's never called. He shows up at work every day around 3:30 in the morning. He's never even called in. Thought about calling in
No,
sick.
it doesn't even cross. It's like Bill, my catering manager. I mean,
yeah.
they're wired differently.
Right. So that's my pit master, and then Brandon Standifer is my manager. He's been with me since day one catering. Like was with me on my first catering job, and is now manages my
That's
place.
awesome.
And then I got my boy Rich Althouse, and he's kind of like the assistant manager, and he'll probably end up managing the second location. I think Rich will. And he managed Claim Jumper at Grossmont Center for like 15 years.
Is that new smoker going to your location now in North Park, or is it going up to the
No, it's going to Flint Springs.
Flint Springs?
Yeah, it's going to Flint
So
Springs.
So
do-
you're going to cook off site at Flint Springs? Help
Well,
with the load?
I'm gonna still cook in North Park, but that's gonna be I'm using it this weekend for the first time for a catering job. So so until I open, I'll be using it for catering, and yeah. So just
You're going to figure out ways to bring more meat to the shop?
maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I have some other ideas. I might after we sell out, I might have like keep the bar going with like maybe a very small like kind of bar menu type thing.
Cool.
Like, you know, pulled pork nachos or something
Sure.
something where I can cook a bunch of pulled pork, maybe offsite,
Yeah.
and I can afford to maybe, if I have to toss it, it's not going to kill me like
Sure.
brisket or
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, get some Cambros or
Yeah.
get some. Have you done the Yeti stuff yet?
I don't know. It's for transport. If I
Yeah.
got into those Yetis look a little too pricey for my blood.
Dude, they are.
Top of the line right there.
They are
There's no
ridiculously
bullshit.
good.
Yeah.
We do them for our
Dude,
caterings and stuff. And if
I
you,
use
if you need one,
igloos.
let me know.
Well, thank you. Those igloos, I use the big like like tuna fishing igloos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just like those things will keep a piece of meat
Yeah.
hot for hours.
Don't use a Yeti. It'll fuck your head up. You'll be like,
Change
why
your
did you
life.
why did you even give me this
Yeah,
Yeti?
90, 10 of them.
Yeah.
They're that good.
They're-
Really?
Oh, yeah,
they're-
we
they're
did it
just-
for Del Mar. And it's
But
like,
what was it doing so good? But like I said, like my igloos keep that stuff so hot. Like I have to let it cool again almost. You know.
yeah, I mean, same
It's-
concept.
it-
It's not, if you had good luck with that, I know we did it for, well, I mean, I hunt and fish. That's what I do.
Very
So it's great for that,
Yeah.
for holding ice and when I go to Alaska and stuff like that. But for the barbecue, I mean, literally 7 hours later, you open that
It's just
Yeti up, and I mean, it hits you in the face. It's just that
Hot.
And sometimes
It keeps
you don't
cooking.
have enough time to cook everything.
And it's gonna keep cooking in there.
Yeah.
Trust me, yeah.
Sometimes overnight, I mean, how many thousands of pounds do we have to do for that?
Oh my god.
That one, and it was. I mean,
I guarantee you the Yeti is holding it for seven. Like, my ice don't need 7 hours, but the igloo, you know, it's the Yetis do for that price. They better be doing something magic.
right? They better
Yeah.
be giving like a hand job or something. With that. I got
Yeah,
you.
right.
I got you.
So where do people find you online?
I'm pretty much all Facebook.
All Facebook?
All Facebook. I mean,
I know
have
I've been tweeting at you. You guys, who runs your Twitter account?
It's
I've been
nobody.
I've been trying
nobody.
to get
Nobody. It's I am the social media person, and it's just like I just Twitter. I just haven't. I got to get more involved on it. I just don't have that many fans. Followers. It's because I ignore it. So I need. It's all Facebook and my Facebook. But then I look at your Facebook. Like I've done this a couple times where I'll look at like some friends' restaurants of mine. Because I have quite a few friends that own restaurants. So I'll look at some other barbecue joints. And I beat them. Like, I'm like, whoa, I'm beating them now. I'm like, I kind of sit back. I'm like, I cannot believe it. And then I'll look at yours and I'll go, holy shit. I'm just like, I've done it a couple times. I forget.
Right.
I'm that asshole. I'm the asshole that would record a conversation and put it on my workout mix. It's just one of those things. And the funny thing is,
you're
about
at 20-something thousand right now, right?
Yeah, what are we at, Corey?
Yep.
What are we at?
Just about
How many?
21,000,
something like that.
Yeah, I remember. I think I'm about to hit 9 or whatever, and I'm just like, and I was so proud when I hit 8. And I remember after looking at a few restaurants, I clicked on yours, and I just went, shit.
Yeah,
I was like 20,000.
But I mean, on the engagement that you get because you're posting quality stuff that people want to see. I mean, the engagement's what everyone's looking for, and they're sharing those sexy photos. They're commenting on it, and
but all Facebook, Grande Ole BBQ y Asado on Facebook. We're at 32nd and Thorn, kind of.
What gave you that name?
Huh?
I meant to ask. What's up with the name? What made you think of that?
Grande Ole BBQ actually was. I was trying to come up with a name for the company, so I was catering, and me and my wife were driving home from Mammoth, and she had a pad of paper, and we started bouncing out names. And I remember I said that, and she's like, "I like that," and just we had some bad names. I remember, and then we were talking about
give us a bad name.
What was the original name? What was the original name going to be? It was pretty gruesome.
Gruesome.
Yeah. And I remember I was all about it. I'm all, it's going to stick. And the stuck pig.
The stuck pig.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was going to call it the stuck pig, and I didn't even do really that much. Pig wasn't even my forte, but I just liked that name. And then finally, like, people talked me out of it. They're like, "This girls are not going to stuck." I remember my sister-in-law. She's like, "Oh, that sounds cool. What is that?" I'm all like, "A pig that got stuck," and she's just like, and she's like, "Ew." I'm like, "No, I better not do that." So, but Asado, which we didn't talk about here, is like I do Argentine barbecue on Sundays, and that's
is that something you're going to do into the future at the next shop?
Yeah, I plan. Yeah. I don't. I'm always going to do asado to something. I would love to maybe just have an asado restaurant and make Grande Ole BBQ, and then have an asado restaurant. We'll see.
Wow.
So it's like Texas barbecue is kind of from my dad's side of the family. The asado is kind of my mom's side of the family, even though it's a little bit more distant. But it's kind of I kind of homage to both my parents, kind of those style of food.
What's the Argentinian barbecue consist of?
A lot of grilling. We use our smokers. We smoke in the smokers on Sunday on asado. We'll throw some things in there to kind of get them par cooked a little bit in the smoke, but then everything's on the grill. It's,
okay.
And not
charcoal, lump coal.
It's all we use mesquite, charcoal, and throw logs over it now and then,
just
for more flavor. And then it's steaks. It's the flank and cut beef, short ribs, flank and cut, but a little bit thicker than you would normally do. Than
the English style.
Yeah, it's pretty fat.
Yeah.
And then we do a blood sausage. We do an Argentine sausage, which is a chorizo.
You guys do that in house?
Yeah.
Good for you.
So we do
That's
all.
awesome.
Yeah, it's bomb.
We do
really, really
very,
good.
very few people do that. I mean, we make our sausages by hand too, and it's like
because it's a pain in the ass.
It's hard.
It's the same thing like fabricating those ribs.
Right.
It's a fucking lot of work and labor.
So I'd like to maybe do an Argentine restaurant, maybe do that. We'll see. But it's just it's slow grilling as opposed to slow smoking. It's like because everything we kind of have it up high. It's up high, so just a slow grill.
Yeah.
And a lot of smoke, and some of those grilling things come out even smokier than the pit. You know, so it's good. I actually.
What wood are you using?
Huh?
What wood?
All white oak.
Yeah.
All white oak, and a little bit of Torrey pine.
You buying it by the cord?
Huh?
You buying it by the cord?
I buy a quart a week.
Yeah.
Right now.
Wow.
Quart a week.
That's insane.
Wait, you're not? Oh yeah.
No,
You guys,
we use old hickory pits.
I know old hickory. So you throw the log. Yeah.
Couple logs.
I'm using a quart a week, and it's going to go up with the new place. Right
And
now, I'm a little bit of a wood war right now.
You guys are coming in at at your times.
So yeah, I'm in a wood war right now, and you deal with
wood war.
Yeah, I'm dealing. I buy from very, very, very close to here.
California firewood.
Yes.
Can you throw a stone at it?
And I've loved them. They charge me. They've come down for me because I buy so much, but they just finally they wouldn't own up to it. I'm all,
It's not seasoned.
you guys ran out of my wood, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I'm all, this isn't even my wood.
Cut the shit.
Yeah, it's like, and they wouldn't own up to it. And I was like, yeah, you did. I'm like,
Do you know who just moved from them?
who?
Me.
Oh, so you did.
Stop using them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you
Same
move?
thing.
Where'd you move to?
They brought me a batch of wood that was covered in dirt, just covered in dirt.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Tito left. The dad. He's not there anymore. It's the son.
The son needs to realize he lost you across
Right.
the street, and
Yep. It's like, dude, transparency is huge. It's okay if you can't do it, if you ran out of something. But look, if it goes from, I can smell the bitterness,
Right.
And that's not. I mean, that's still wet, and that's not even seasoned stuff. Like I can't.
I was
that.
noticing that, and then with the dirt pack stuff,
Yeah.
we probably shouldn't even have this talk on.
Right.
It's behind the smoke. It's all good. It's all good. Well, we do appreciate, Andy, you taking the time. I know it's difficult. You know, you have a wife that supports you, kids at home. Derek has kids at home. My pregnant wife, she's wondering why am I recording podcasts.
Congratulations on that again. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you. We're adding a new teammate to the family. But if you want to learn more, please check out Andy. Go check out Grande Ole BBQ. Barbecue War Stories is our Instagram. Andy's got some bomb photos on his Instagram. Go check those out. Valley Farm Market. Derek got up those catering
Yeah, those catering
videos.
ones. Man,
That was real cool.
Yeah, we're doing that stuff. So,
And if you
come
want
check it
to
out.
tweet at us, you can tweet at me, Sean P. Walchef,
I'm Derek or Marso Derek.
Marso Derek, and Andy, your Grande Ole.
Grande Ole BBQ on Facebook.
Yep.
And if you message that, you'll get a hold of me. And yeah, and I do need to get that Twitter going a little bit better.
There you go.
Instagram, I'm okay on. I'm pretty
Yeah.
good on. I can do okay on that.
Well, we do thank you for your time, and there is one cool thing. Corey, our producer, has been working hard at getting the show notes. So anything that we talk about on the podcast, there'll be links up there where Andy got his custom pit over in Austin. What was the name of the place?
God, I gotta get this right. Smokers. His name's Tim Schoen. It's Smokers. It's in Brownwood, Texas.
Awesome. Well, it's a badass pit, and we'll put a link on there and a photo as well. And we will be coming back for our next podcast with one of our favorite guys, Brad, from Coops West Texas Barbecue. We actually got to smoke with him when we were over at Andy's shop for that eating and drinking event. So we once again, we appreciate it. Keep kicking ass, and we look forward to having you guys out there in Del Mar.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here, guys. That was really, really sweet of you guys. Thank you.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Behind the smoke.